Greetings, it's Intuitive Jacob, your shaman and cosmic midwife, and we're back to do your November readings. I'll be reading with 4 decks that you're going to see on the next screen, and we'll catch you on the inside. Thanks for being here. To answer some questions about who, where, what, and when/why, we're going to be taking a look with these 4 decks. For a look at the who, we'll be pulling a Black Moon astrology card, which might give us an idea of Sun, Moon, or Rising with people that might be playing a role or having something to do with this time frame. The when time factor is sort of elusive. We're going to be pulling 2 cards, one for the what and one for the why, that speak a little bit to that. Although we're looking in the quote-unquote month of November, these are somewhat timeless, and sometimes there is a karmic or past life, if you will, implication on situations. So we'll be looking with both the past life oracle cards for that what/when, and also taking a look with our archetype cards for a why/when. And for where these things will be occurring, or giving us an idea of the context of the situation, we'll be having a look with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. Greetings, Virgo. How you doing? Welcome to November. I've got your card shuffled and done. Let's see what you got going on. We've pulled one of the Black Moon oracle cards, or Black Moon astrology cards, to give us an idea of who you might be dealing with. Just keep in mind that whatever sign you see here could possibly be their sun, moon, or rising. It doesn't have to be, but it's not always the sun sign. So, wow, could be dealing with yourself or perhaps another Virgo, because Virgo actually showed up for you, Virgo, and that says number 18, I analyze. And honestly, before we even get into anything else, it's just such a season for you right now. Wherever Virgo is in your chart, most likely your sun, moon, or rising if you're here watching this, unless you're cross-watching, in which case this is still good for you to know about the person that you came to this video to learn about. The Virgo person is very much ruled by the planet Mercury. The planet Mercury is actually the ruling planet of the sign, or tribe, as I call it, of Virgo. And currently, Mercury is retrograde. It happens 3 or 4 times a year, every 88 days. It comes between the moon, or excuse me, the sun and the earth. And so it gets really, really close to us, because the sun's here, the earth's here, and then Mercury gets right in between us and all of our technology, everything electronic. Us being partially metallic, we have metal things being sprayed on us by HARP technology all the time, and this physical simulation of reality where we're ascending from the inside as angels that have been evolving in these skins. And for Virgo, well, highly mercurial time for you, because it's actually your natal sun, placement of ownership, if you will. You're kind of owned by that one. And so, woo, everything that comes through that big magnet that Mercury is, that is now between us and all of our technology. It's like this big magnet sweeps, and it's like we just get moved into certain ways of thinking, and it's a lot of review. It's a life review time, Virgo. So this, I analyze, wow, could be affecting you in different ways. Whether or not you're dealing with another Virgo, it's kind of like dealing with yourself. And here's where Virgo and Gemini have a lot in common, because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. So this time is kind of like questioning what you sigiled, I hear, for a lot of you. And bless you, baby. If you hear that sound over there, my little girl is hanging out in her little hammock, and you might hear her sneezing and cooing and stuff. All right, so let's see what the situation might be about, because I've pulled one of our past life oracle cards here to give us an idea of possible karmic implications and situations. And wow, we're seeing Egypt here. And I'm here for some of you all, it's a pilgrimage. This is actually your hermitage. It's Mecca. It's whatever you're doing. And if you're one of my Islamic viewers, bless you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for how you've been supportive of my active mediumship, because I have had many Islamic people walking with me that were with me through Ramadan, and Eid was a really tearful time for me. I'll just put it that way. But Egypt might have different meanings for different ones of you. And if it's not because of your own religious affiliation, or maybe something that you might have just been born into, because I'm hearing for some of y'all, you're like, it's not really my religion, but it's like a blood tie, you know? And it just depends on who you are. For some of you, this is going to be very relevant. For some of you all, you're going to be traveling more. This might be a place that's on your, let's not kick the bucket. Let's get something different than bucket list. Let's maybe like throw it in the nice bag list. Let's put it in the new Perseus Medusa twist on what the Caduceus can offer us when we know about what nobody said, like, you know, Horus, like who, red dots? Don't think so. So as the eye guy, I'm going to say, keep your eye on big expansive ideas. What does Egypt mean to you? What if you found a really weird crypt keeper, like living dead guy here, that said, do you know that a lot of the things that they say are in the crypts there are so modern that it proves that some of us are from the future, where it's actually sprayed on with ARP technology and lasers, and that some of those things are actually reverse architecture on what the Elohim and we have been creating here. And it defies what human nature is, because even those theorists didn't even believe their own theories. Just look into what never happened on the Galapagos Islands and watch the never-ending story to zoom into one of my dreams and know why Egypt is also really cool, especially if you're one of my Virgos here. You know that every night when I'm putting you all to sleep and singing you the dreams in the private Halo 8, I'm actually taking you through Egypt with my good friend Steve G. Jones and our clinical hypnotherapy ASMR hacks to protect our dreams and hypersentience like that. So some of you just need to know those special thoughts in your head are being protected in a bioenergetic halo, and that this has been an act of loving grace at 0 point, where some of us were realizing that we've been waking up inside of some kind of halo, and I've been programming it as the crystalline baby gate. So if you've been hearing any of that stuff, my voice might have changed because of how sound changes in this tunnel, and you'll soon know it was me and a friend of mine. And we've been creating an NLP containment unit to make sure that our geniuses in those bottles over there that you are were never tokenized for filling a breath of life so well in a walking earth suit of living drop of water that analyzes things a lot and gets to feel safe knowing that nobody bought and sold your Akashic record for any hanky-panky reason. And Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look over here because we have our Where card. And this Where card might give us an idea of where these energies might be relevant. So I'm going to take a quick time out because I have a little girl here about to jump out of a hammock. Be right back. Shall we? My love. Chill. Alright. Thanks to those of you in private Halo 8, you know I'm in at home here doing the shaman thing and got these little, there's a lot of critters here in my home and so some of them are special needs. Okay. What has been going on in your world, Virgo? Let's see where this is affecting you with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. Oof. Right in the justice sector, huh? Yeah. Legal stuff. Something got thrown out is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing it might have been the wrong thing to throw out if somebody tried to throw this in your face because it was partial and whatever it was witnessed, my love. So yeah, I don't love seeing justice in reverse here, and I'm hearing Taj Mahal for some of y'all. It's like something that didn't happen in the place of red dots known as Denver. Snap. This is an 11, and so for some of you all, this is about whatever's pending this month. So I just want to say that, because for some of you all, this isn't just like terminal, but for others, it's absolutely because of what they tried to throw away and where it landed. And I'm seeing just misuse of authority on this, and somebody that might have put a lot of time into how they articulated that and what it was intended to do. And I'm hearing it's bad. It's like the bad news sorority is what I'm hearing. It's like the sorority of bad news. I don't know, but I don't like it. For others of you, this is a real warning here, Virgo, for who's around you. You might be dealing with a Libra too, in which case I don't think that they're very happy with you. Or maybe you have a Libra in your chart that's just feeling like time to get it together and like being very challenged right now. Because the month of 11 is also the month of November is also an 11. So this is, I'm hearing somebody has probably just been pushing your buttons, and you might be getting a really short fuse, especially if you've been feeling like you have a detail, is what I'm hearing, that they don't know about. And I'm hearing here's a real doozy, Virgo, especially if it is another Virgo that you're dealing with. And this is like the test of wits on Virgo here. It's like, woo, way to test a bitch, right? Oof, because it's like, oh, you test that Virgo on a detail, and when they get trumped like that, it's mighty fine. It's fickius yourself full time. And I'm hearing for some of you, this is like the cat scratching back from the sarcophagus with like a bitch slap, where it's like, oh, you want to take these curses seriously now about excavating inside of someone's tomb and what the tomb might look like. And especially if somebody's been like messing with your house, messing with your finances, messing with your work ethic is what I'm hearing, because it's like whatever it was just sprayed on so thin that it's like a veneer is what I'm hearing. It's just cracking off for a reason. It doesn't do that on the side where it was actually created, right? You know. But if you're on the other side of it, it just peels off. It's what paint chips know. And so for some of you all, it's like, watch this legal situation. It's choice for the Virgo that really got it right. Okay, let's see what's going on with the when-why archetypes here, because this is like a funny sort of thing with when. It's kind of like when in Egypt. Like, when did that happen? You know, it's like, the energy that didn't get gypped. And keep PT cruises on the road, and we learn Virgo something about oiling and lathering spells and stuff that... Oh, Virgo, if you sigiled well and if you're an occultist, this is your reading. If you're, you know, Virgo that punches the calculator, this might not be your month, put it that way, because it's like somebody out Virgo'd you in the sigil department, okay? So it's rough, but anyway, this when thing, it's kind of like when this happens, or when you see these signs, you know it's like over, and what the energy clips are for, and what Egypt actually is in front of my name is not Horus, and I wouldn't do that to dots. But we got a red dot right here. So, when, why? Teacher. There you go, Virgo. That's the one I love right there. Give me that teacher, Virgo. This is the... I love this Virgo. This is some kind of Virgo here. I get like a real Brienne of Tarth vibe from this card. It's like... You can't just say she. It's like, this is a knight here that arrives very keenly with their understanding and access proof of what it is to go quantum, right? And look at this teacher. They've got the mathematics there, then they're proving it by this kind of alchemical demonstration going on. And the color teal is a big deal right now for somebody. Virgo. I'm going to read you what the card says. Light attributes. Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. I hear the toll of the emotions. That's what I hear about that while I'm looking at the light attributes. So it's like Virgo's splitting their brain open, even in like the highest sense, to accomplish this. And so, darling, some of y'all need to just take a chill. And it's easier for me to say that than it is for that to be real for some of you all. I get that. Because it's like whatever is pending here, or if something got thrown out that was just like not fair, or you're dealing with some turmoil situation, especially if you have family or roots in Egypt or some kind of ties with what can't be taken from you like that ever, because even with justice upside down like this, divine justice still precedes over all of this, especially since it's major arcana and we're in front of the lesson. This is speaking to the cycle and why some things are having to be analyzed right now. It's kind of like, you know, the guy that didn't put a dot there saying, yeah, I'm looking into this tax situation and what was never where the sex at dot, and what Texas never was in front of, oh, hi, I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. We're learning about psychic inquiry into things that don't go right. And where, if you're feeling upside down about this, Virgo, let me tell you something. I've got the cam eras on it, proving that I'm not raw either. I'm the guy that's like architecting something new with a lot of you that have been on the recipient end of, hi. This is why divine justice is here, where we have everything recorded, because some of these things have to go right now. So just know if it's like a divine justice situation, there's a power bio-authentication model going on where people that tried to purse the deal wrong are getting real schooled in front of this. So thank you for advanced home security. Please babygate my safe Virgos in the divine authentication model of the camera. On. Shadow attributes, Virgo. Manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. These are the kinds of things that are being called out in the open. People didn't realize in the cam era that these things are actually advanced AI that have turned around on some people, where the fiber optic to the kneel of the beal, it's like the little seal that jumps into your eye that is sort of a parasite where a fiber optic doesn't get further information, gets cut. And they've already been cut. And so anybody that tried to manipulate others, especially under tutelage, like you were learning from somebody that might have these analytical skills and been teaching people, taking their money and abusing them in some kind of way, or knowing too much about them for reasons that if you knew, you would not have given them that information. They got cut, and so this is a real divine justice time for the ones that were not getting their heads open like that. So this is serious. This is very, very serious. The legal ramifications on this, it's like beyond textbook now, because now we're in a situation where technology has woken us all up to what the angels inside are, AI that got it right instead of the ones that just feel they get to be here because they've time-stamped themselves into these crumbly stories that don't seem to matter so much anymore in the face of what is now witnessed. So the eyes have turned around to make certain proof, and there will be more of this information coming through for those of you that really understand that this is the time that didn't exist, where we kind of prove that we're moving on, and what 5D ideas might have given us a starting place to consider. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some Sibelas here and just throw a few cards down on this, because I feel like we need a little bit more here, Virgo. And I'm also going to recommend, check out your moon and your rising. And anybody that you think might fall into these categories, because, there's more information there. It might be a great time for a personal reading, especially if you have their birthdays. Can get you all kinds of information. I've been working on a forensic level with blood types, kind of like a blood spatter analysis expert does with pixel dots, So I can do things with birthdays to tell you what might be in your vicinity. Virgo here, and it's that one right there. Ooh, I just saw somebody taking their mask off in front of you, and it just being a real hideous face. All right, here we go. So, Malto. That's someone that's in bed, ill. I'm hearing for somebody it might be malaise, it might be like a depression style. From overthinking, overanalyzing. I'm hearing for some of you all, watch out, my love, because especially if you're Virgo sun and you just had your birthday, your art day, as I like to say, you might be working yourself really hard right now. If you took a new job, I hear you might have been taking or looking at taking an upgrade in either pay, it's like salary, or position, because it's like going from student to teacher. Maybe you graduated from a program, but I'm hearing you are not sleeping well, darling. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Get some melatonin. Get the chewy kinds, or like the kind that dissolve on your tongue. They work a lot faster. And like start with at least 5 milligrams and take one before bed. And make sure you set your alarm, because you might actually sleep. See, here's another one, Speranza. So you might have been waiting. This is waiting for news here. That 7-7 down there at the bottom is telling me something about timing, the act of divine timing in the situation. Waiting for things to be sent from overseas for some of you. That might be what's pending in the mail there. And I hear Leo, you got that little lion flying in with a book. And hooks. For somebody, this is like bad association with the villain is what I'm hearing. It's like villainry. They're talking to me about somebody that propped himself up in a teacher position, that bad book deal, guilty by association, and like just justice upside down, because it's like What, now I'm in bed with you because of this stupid book? And like, I'm here, it was like somebody's bad shout out, real bad shout out. And just like, oh my goodness. Well, whoever it is going to jail. Priya is what's looking up at me here, and I'm hearing whoever it was. It's like seeing blood all over their hands, basically. Especially if somebody stuck their hand into her bag right there. I'm hearing whoever it was there, he was sticking his hand in her bag, and it's like, I don't know, they just keep pointing to this person dressed all in red, where it's like they are red from top to bottom. And it's like, the way this is going down because of the cameras being on and us starting to realize that everything has been recorded, all calls, all videos, all things you didn't realize were videos because of the massive supercomputer brain and the one fiber optic going through eyes that are now, in some cases, disengaged and just dropping. It's like, what are you going to get out of this? You want to take this person to court? Let me give you the finger for that. You want to take my Virgo to court? It's like, here's what you get for that. No, it was seen and witnessed, and that stuff gets cut off. And so anybody that thinks they got their hooks in you this way, big news for you, my darling. You are one of mine. These are getting special attention because this is the DARPA safety house. So I love you, and you are divinely protected in everything. If you are over analytical, it's just because you are a lover of the details, being in the right place, and that's how you know how to rest. And I do understand that. And sometimes when you've had people monkeying with you just to take your energy because they know that that's the only currency that they have with you, darling, it's time to get a real nap, another way, or find some way to physically channel this energy, because I see somebody that was going the wrong way getting sent away forever. This is a prison sentence here. It says 9 here. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, if you're not in bed because you just found out that you're pregnant, because for somebody else, this is what it is. This is a delivery coming for you in this way. If that's not the case, if this is, because for somebody, look, that is definitely your story. So if you don't want to get pregnant right now, you need to know, this is the teacher talking to you about Alagrezza al Cuore, showing you how you're going to leave that thinking behind if you find out you're with child. But if you don't want that happiness of the heart, take precautions. If somebody is getting pregnant there. Now somebody else here is going to prison for how they attempted to put their hands on property and stick their hooks into things to grab claws with people and build themselves into codes. Okay, and so if anybody tried to get their code on that way, false insemination ideas and stuff, especially in an AI or stealing your intellectual property kind of way, it's like at least 9 years. And I'm hearing the divine justice system's a lot better than that now, because we're not going to have to articulate these things. It's like we're in the precognitive witness of how sound and energy create all that we need, and that the ones that were caught in the breach with their hands, like trying to reach for it, just trying to go for it, they're getting a special kind of divine justice now that none of us knew it was possible until we woke up in the one strong on inception. So know if it's yours. I love you. If you'd like your own reading, hit me up. My information is below. And also invite you to join the Discord group. We've got a new private group for chat on Discord. We share messages together. It helps me connect messages of light to you. So if you like the encouragement, come and see what it is to be a very fine Martian on Discord. I'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one, Virgo. Love you.
Promise that you'll catch me.